Thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. You bring me someone who really loves me, to love me. Oh, my thanks to thee. I know it couldn't happen without you. Do do do. Without you. Do do do. Without you. I have an announcement. I have an announcement to make. I do, I do, I do. I do, I do, I do. I have an announcement to make. Ba, ba, ba. Um, yeah. Okay, let me see how the Wi-Fi is cooperating in here today. Let me see if it's working, because I swear sometimes it has issues. It does. My mood, y'all. This is my mood. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. That's my mood today. I like this song, too. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. Who really loves me? You know it. I know. Not just the body. Happy. So very happy. Hi, Joe. What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Joe? Can I sleep on a live cam today? You can do whatever you like. Ain't you heard T.I. song? You can do and have whatever you like. You ain't got to ask me that. All right, ain't you grown? Can't you make your decisions of what you want to do? Oh, oh my God. Ain't that right, Joe? Okay, now you asked me a question. Either you're going to talk or you're not. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? Are you going to... Can you sleep on a live cam today? I don't know. I don't know, Joe. I don't know, Joe. I don't know the answer to that. You might have to ask me something else that I can apply an answer to. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. But I have an announcement to make. Do you want to hear my announcement? Do you? Do you want to hear what I got to say? Do you want to hear what I have to say? So, yeah, I get a message, right? Oh my God, Hi, Harlem. Harlem, I gotta ask your opinion too on what did you think about that whole Carlissa and the Remy Ma and the Papoose thingy going on, girl. I kind of wish or hope that I was really hoping that Remy Ma would never respond to it, but she finally has. And I'm like, oh, here we go, here we go. But let me make my announcement first. And just so that people would know who comes over here. I know, girl. I be laughing and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, It's not even that, it's the entanglement of the head of the titles that comes out. You'll have a title that says this over here happened. Then you'll have a title over here saying that this over here happened. And then you'll have the title or whatever with them, with Clarissa on the live and it's Papoose upstairs. And then next thing you're seeing him walking around with her and he's met, or I guess he's security or a manager. I don't know, whatever. And it's like, oh my God, it's just too much. It's just too freaking much, you know? And then now it's something with I'm finna sue 50 Cent, and then it's a Bud guy, and then it's this guy. I'm like, holy smokerooner. I be crying. I'm like, I just laugh at him. Like, how? But I was really, 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 really sitting in the back saying, God, I really hope that Remy Ma would not ever respond to this. But, well, that hope is no longer a hope because she did, in a sense of trying to give a little advice. Sounds like Barbara and Shirley type thing going on. And, and then exposing this Papoose at the same damn time. I was like, oh, ouch, ouch, man, ouch. But my announcement is thanks for alarming me about, the fish is about to have a response live to your live from this morning. And my response to that was, it's okay. I don't care. It's all going to be repeated information from what you guys have been normally hearing. So I'm not interested. Okay. There's nothing that's going to stop me if I choose to do a reaction video to some videos, regardless of who a person is and how they are doing their content. Nothing's going to stop that. But what I have gained control about pertaining to myself is there'll never be a reaction to anything that she says anymore. Not never. I'm very well capable of having content and with just discussing what a topic was. Um, I'll just let you guys enjoy her having her ranted attacking moment with all of that illiterate and stupid and dumb crap that I am so over, and I know that it just doesn't pertain to me. I know who I am, and I know what I do. I know what I'm capable of doing, and all of the rest. So when I do the reactions or the reaction that I did this morning, had no attack on anything. None of it. None. Not interested in sparking up a back and forth anymore. Like I say, I know when to stop and I know when I want to keep things going. So, that's just it pretty much. Let me block you. Let me block you. Let me block you. And that's what I'm going to do because if I block you, then that means you're done over here. I'm not timing you out, Haywood. I'm going to block you, and then what I feel like you're going to do is waste your time and keep making profiles come in. So if you happen to do that, and I get tired of blocking all of your profiles that you have to make to get in here, then so be it. Then so be it. And your mama ugly, and your daddy ugly, your dog ugly, your baby ugly, your sister ugly, your whole damn family ugly, and you ugly. Now, while you sitting back behind the scenes now, hearing me calling you ugly, with your ugmo ass, with your hiding under a profile ass, scary ass. What you scared of? Why you scared? Oh no, I got it. I got it, hon. It's okay. I'm just sick of Hayward now. That one got to go and can't never come back. Simple as that. So unless it's gonna do a cash app to talk its shit, other than that, if it ain't about the money, don't be blowing me up, wasting my time. And that's exactly what Maywood or Hayward or whatever it is. But you won't get that from Papoose over here with reacting and rebutting to her content, their content, this content, anybody's content, where I have to be in an attack mode over that. I'm over it. Done. And of course, if Fish has any intentions of coming back on a vengeance or to attack, because I did a reaction and expressed my opinions based on what I took from that audio or video or whatever, then that's her with the problem. It's not me with the problem. It's just the way of the freaking YouTube. And I really don't care at all based on how she would come back with her situation. No, let her deal with that. I'm over it. She can talk to herself. I've made a choice to not watch her channel at all. Except, like I said, someone sent me a timestamp, and the timestamp was pretty much just that timestamp of what I chose to place my opinion on it at, and for the most part, didn't skip it, go around it to hear anything else that she had to say regarding that content that she displayed. But what behooves me is, as I go through my videos, right, to kill time and laugh, because I like humor videos out there, right? And I just posted two of them up, and one of them was the R. Kelly, the trap in the closet scene of R. Kelly, and he's talking about he opened the cabinet of and the midget come out. I love seeing all of those completions, right? I love all of those. Everybody who had reacted to those, right? So I just posted that one up, and then I found another one that I posted up just behind that. That's what I pretty much, if I have some downtime, be doing, and finding things to share with you guys to have a little laughter at it, or express your opinion behind it. But that whole Fish over there will not have my attention at all anymore. At all. Will I react to certain videos or stuff that comes out here? Absolutely. It's nothing that her or nobody else can stop me from doing. Period. As long as I am within the YouTube guidelines and the way that I express or speak on my opinions out here. If it causes someone to be butthurt behind it, then that's their prerogative. It's something that they have to deal with. Like I say, this is YouTube. And I don't could give two cents about what she says, how she says it, and it's just I'm over it. I like literally, if you got to keep coming on to keep repeating yourself to be heard on the same word or topic or whatever, I lose interest and then I'm bored with it. Hi, Louisa. I get like really, really bored with it. And it's like, okay, bored with her, done, over with. All of that crap. And it wasn't even just that, right? I literally had, how I tell y'all that when you have to decide to throw in a towel? Well, she put a threat out, and then I didn't like that threat. So it also helped me decide to move a little bit differently. And that was threatening on contacting my place of work, right? My livelihood, right? To leave, I guess her, which it was a back and forth thing, but now it's I'm going to contact your job. So when she said that, you know, um, at some point, knowing that this person here might be five elevators um, sh- stopped short from the top, getting to the top floor, right? And literally has let YouTube anger and to me bothered you so bad to where now you got to do that level of threatening. I'm not gonna let and allow nobody to take my livelihood away from me because the smoke had got so thickened out here that that's my last weapon to use, right? So, okay, I took that as okay, let me fall back, which, I've done. Will I stop reacting to anybody videos that I choose to react to? No, I'm not going to do that. But, however, I'm not going to also put myself in a situation because someone refused to step outside of the YouTube rink to do other things. When you're listening to a person that's talking about the police and doing things, outside of usually how people have their battles on the YouTube streets out here, then you got to take craziness for what it is. You literally have to take it like, nah, I no, no. I think that well, I'll hold on to that, but no, I don't watch her videos anymore unless I'm sent a specific time stamp, and that time stamp that was sent to me, I made perfectly clear with this person, right, by saying, okay, because I don't watch the videos, I'm not watching the whole entire video, and it's like, well, you got to see this. Well, that video that I reacted to was definitely opinionating on the part about the debrief of Sharon Winbush. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And also, listening to the part of the video where the snickering is going on behind the cousin for the Levi as he's speaking and stuff. So, and just putting out my example, of how people can once be friends and people can once, you know, waddle in the mud together, laugh together. But then when the shit hits the fan and it's time to depart, right? And this is what you get as an outcome. One can be upset because of the way that they come out. This is not how they assume that humanity would be amongst people. They thought and they saw a brighter side to things, right? And the other person could be thinking and out here for whatever reason that they chose to be out here. But at the end of the day, right? Even if you feel that you have come across momentarily YouTube kinship, right? Whether it's friends or family or your cousin, whatever the case may be. Hi, Miss Denise, right? When it is over, right? And you finally recognize or accept the fact that things are over. It's a point that I always have made amongst the people out here about using meat, right? A lot of stuff I just put in the basket, right? Put that letter on it and hey, let it stay up in there, and I ain't never got to touch it again. But before it sounds as if I am having a moment of contradicting. Let me clean that up, right? Let me clear that up. I made a statement based on when I started my channel. I'm up and going. I'm reacting to booking videos. Not doing no threat. Ain't looking them up. Ain't finna call nobody on them. Ain't finna do none of that shit, right? Because I'm thinking, oh, this is YouTube. Okay, well, let's do this, right? Even though at some points throughout my shits and giggles commentary, right? Of course he would get mad. And, rightfully so, he should get mad. Sometimes you do touch the nerves of other people's, but I've never heard Bookham come back with a threat as far as, I'm going to pow you or I'm going to pull up to your house. And, did he repeat a lot of stuff of what everybody else was saying, unbeknownst to him, even knowing from doing his own research to finding out whether if this person is telling the truth or not about one pap? No. It was just, oh, this shit is funny. Okay, let me hit her back with this. Bam. I know how the fucking shit works. I know how the game goes out here. Am I gonna roll over and die or whatever because Bookham found time or whatever to hit me back and saying these what people call the life shaming game and shit like that? Nah, because it didn't affect me. It didn't bother me at all. He knew that. You can tell by that because I'm still getting up every day, stepping tall, going and do what I gotta do, right? I didn't fall into depress or end up an alcoholic or nothing behind the crap that he would say back to me. Like I say, rightfully so, because I had a whole shits and goddamn giggle on that. So I understood how that goes, right? However, the other party at hand, and it's only being brought up because I have to put out a parable, right? Um, and that's when now we have two other different people up on the show and discussing things that we may have had questions about or just being enlightening about pertaining to R. Kelly, and that was a JoJo and a Chris, right? So then some things happened along down the way, right? And at that time, before after Chris passing, I still had considered myself enjoying the company of JoJo on the show. For us to have laughter, we have ladies' night, we have this, we had a whole bunch of different things going on, and that's fine, right? And then another situation occurred, so then he left. So me not physically, knowing a JoJo. So this is where I need to clear up about contradicting, right? And for me to say that, I don't know these people. You should have done your research. You should have did this. You should have did that, and blah blah blah. And then you break off. You break off from each other. You depart or whatever, and then come out and want to drop all of the bones that you know about a person. Well, that is something that I actually stood on. I've dropped bones out here. 80% of them are false and 20% of it is the truth. Okay. However, has a person such as, like I always stated, a JoJo, or who else was it out here? Well, Tears. We can go down a list. A Ty, or a Bookham, or who else? Dubosky, or who else? Name them all. Most of them was quite a few of them was the OCOV team, right? That I may have had a shits and giggles back and forth, LaKendra and stuff like that. Do you think? Well, I don't want to ask it. Let me rephrase that because I don't want to turn that into a question. I'm just going to say that none of those people, not a single one, has done anything to me, whereas I need to go behind the scene and tap on anything to go and search and see where they work at. Or, sorry, y'all. Now, that's my mom. And y'all know I loves my mom, right? She got to do check in every day. But checking in, saying, have a good day, how you doing today, is totally different from her calling me, asking me, is there snow up there? Now, you've been on that TV all day. You done watched that news. You know it's some snow up here. Now I gotta hang up on your mom because no, we're not gonna do that. One of my other sisters did that too, down in Arizona. Oh, it's about to be 106. Is it snow up there? I just hung up. Bye. I ain't for your foolery right now. You know darn well it's snow up here. So, anywho, so even with me having I guess what the people like to call out here, back and forth with someone and saying, certain things at a volume to where you probably shouldn't say it or whatever. But some people take it as, say what you mean and mean what you say. But none of those people, not a single one, not a single one, not even a goddamn JoJo, has done anything to me, to that level where it will upset me that much, especially on a freaking YouTube, to want to use what I may be capable of using to come out here to put it out. Yeah, it's just beyond dirtiness and is beneath who I am. I can wrestle in the mud with just these keyboards on here, and that's enough for me. I can wrestle with my mouth, and that's enough for me. I don't need to show that I am terribly hurt by, calling in some agents or sending in some paperwork or something, or another, to do this. I don't need to position myself to be out here as a exposer on anybody. And most of y'all should know that, like that about Pat Poose now, because y'all know I use my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece, at some point, yeah, it gets ruthless. It gets, yeah, and then now it's time for me to put back on my other shoes and, become such a freaking lady, 'cause I'm a lady. So, I think, I'm not going to mention the name, the person, and every now and then I'll check my other phone, and it's like, oh, for informing me that there will be an upcoming live from the fish. Shout out to her. Have at it. And sit over there and repeat yourself and continue to try to convince the neighborhood that Papoose is dumb and stupid, or bald head, or retarded, or even ugly, because Catfish didn't make me, and Catfish can't break me. It's all about me now making an intelligent choice for myself, especially when now someone wants to weaponize themselves by utilizing a threat where it has to involve my livelihood and my work. Now it's beyond that, because you know, for whatever it's worth, it's something like that. Wish to have happened. And I could put this on the record, right? Because I know Papoose. I know me. I know me, right? That there alone would have been enough to trigger me real bad. That there enough is alone to trigger me back to when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, up to 25. That there alone. And I know that. I know that it would have had something like that had happened because pushing me to a point of no return, right? When it comes to my livelihood, and you want to threaten me on that and involve my real livelihood situation into it because you're that extremely upset, or it was could have been uh, I want to say this word, but I'm trying to keep it clean. So, a fake threat, I'll say that or whatever. But at some point, you have to take things as if it's a real, you know, because I know me. I know me, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. I can't let anybody on YouTube take me back to the old me. That's not who I came out here as, and that's not who I am going to leave as. That's just not gonna happen. So, I decided, nope, let me kill that, and I did that. And I was asked, and it made a lot of sense, with Claudine saying, let her talk to herself. So I have to let her talk to herself because when you get to talking about the position that pays my way, feeds my kids, and now you want to call for to try to do that type of harm off of YouTube, and that harm would actually play out, we got a problem, Houston. We got a serious problem. And I don't want to go there. So I had to put on my big girl panties and just turn that channel off and leave that one there where she is, basically. I'm going to leave her where she is. So I'm going to continue to do my channel like I've been doing. And if something comes up, and if I check it out, and if I choose to react on it without having that reaction directly to that fish, that's where I'm at with this. Okay. And it is what it is. Now, I get the live because I did state that, oh, cousin Levi asking him questions indirectly because he doesn't watch my channel. He doesn't give a rat's ass about what I say, right? So just me talking out loud. Well, Levi, well, how do you feel? And I still have that question. It's not going away. It just is something that just doesn't happen to whether if it's a Levi or a Jack and Jane or a Bill and Bob. How does anyone feel, right? Because me personally, I've never had it happen to me. I've never had a situation like this happen to me where I have waddled in the mud with a person, and we done kicked it, party, fell out, kicked it, party, fell out, argued for a week until finally, it's cut off for life, right? And this person knows a whole bunch of dilly dabbing, a fucking encyclopedia worth of crap about me. I know a bunch about that person. But for some reason, I've never come across anybody in my entire life where if it's cut off, they don't come back and circle back around to try to do an expose on your ass. I'm like, what? But me making that point and establishing that opinion of mine's out here based on that, speaking indirectly to a cousin for the Levi, right, and asking him questions. This is something that has obviously, once again, touched the nerve. So this now prompts a live up where, okay, well, I'm just going to sit on here now and repeat myself and call someone dumb, stupid, retarded, ignorant, bald. It's just all the same. And I just ain't got time. I don't want to have time for that type of ridicule that she has in talking in circles and incomplete sentences. I'm over it. Basically, I'm like seriously over it. Don't want to know none of half of what that live was. I just wanted to see about the video that they said because I wanted to hear what it was that Sharon Winbush said. I said, my live was no direct attack on a Sharon Winbush. Now, it could be the scenario that I made a statement on about Sharon Winbush and how her validity that she wanted to share with the public may have made more sense to do so amongst where a lot of R. Kelly supporters would come you so that she can be heard, and also supported with a lot of R. Kelly supporters. That's not hard to do. She did it once before. God, what is that one content creator's name, you guys? I don't know his name. He did the Q&A with the Savages on there, and somebody help me with that guy's name. And like I say, he used to go up under Tasha K's mentorship, and then they fell out, and then he ended up with his own show, and then cousin for the Levi was on his show. I can't think of his name. If you guys can think of who I'm talking about, please drop it in the chat so that I can call his name out correctly. I'm not talking about Armand and all of them. He's like the light-skinned and kind of buffy type guy, right? So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Thank you, Jana. Oh my God, was I struggling with that one? Storm Monroe. Okay. When those people run their content, because they're it's here and there, it's a hit and miss whether you would see them show some bias about R. Kelly, but for the most part, they had a lot of R. Kelly supporters in there wanting to listen to what was being said. I guess one would say kind of a trusted site, right, where you don't have to worry about a Storm Monroe coming back doing a content to cuss your butt out for your comments, like you would over here. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's most likely going to happen over here. So maybe it's because I spoke my opinion that way about Sharon Winbush that, okay, there could be a little bit of I don't want to say hurt my feelings, or I don't know what triggered it. I'm just guessing that's another scenario that could have trigger this up and coming live, right? It just made sense to me. But who am I? What do you care what makes sense to me? Sharon Winbush definitely should know, or could possibly know, but just didn't care. If you're supporting R. Kelly, I, I mean, why would you land where you're trying to prove validity for yourself on where there's no R. Kelly supporters at? The math just wasn't mathing to me. So I wanted to make my point on that, and I did, and I still stand on my point being made. based on that, it was weird to me. And because I stated that, okay, now you have, because Sharon Winbush is not fond of a cousin for the Levi, okay, and now Sharon Winbush using her smarts, her strategy. Well, I'm gonna take it over there because I know that they're not speaking about the fish and the cousin for the Levi. And I'm speaking prematurely because everything and almost everybody that comes on these microphones out here has been nothing but full of jacks of all trades. They just like tricking and playing with this shit, right? So that's left up to the company to depict whether if that relationship between those two, the fish and the cousin for the Levi, has fallen. Now, it's up to the people. I'm just analyzing how I see it. That's it, and that's all. So, of course, if you would think of Sharon Winbush, and she's been strategic out here as well. So, what better place to take it, knowing that she has found. Now, when I say this is going to be taken personally and played in that up and coming live for a reaction to it in a derogatory or a negative fashion. Okay, just note to yourselves because it's going to happen, and if it doesn't happen, it's not happening on purpose because I just said what I said. But that strategic move that I believe, that I want to believe, that I'm led to believe, in the way that it happened, knowing to Sharon Winbush, not unbeknownst, knowing because she knows, because she's watching it, right? And she knows that there's been some falling out between those two. And look at the type of video that she brought out live to be copied or to be heard about the cousin for the Levi. However, Sharon Winbush also had that live on her channel already. She owned that live. But look who end up with the live to display the live that has the person in the live that she fell out with. Now you have to ask yourself, why? Some of us would think, or I would think, that, oh, now it's time to poke that bear. Now it's time to get that attention grabbed from that man. See if we can get something cooking in the pot over here to have a yelling and scratching match. Basically, everybody out here should have been able to figure out the circle of these events. This is exactly how, in my opinion, it goes down. They'll come on and say otherwise and all that yin yang ass crap and blah blah blah, deflecting and detouring you from any other opinion that has been placed out here. Okay, well, so be it. You know, but why? That's a question. Like, why? I mean, once a person or people decide to fall out, be done with it, whatever, what does prompts us to all of a sudden, because come back out and use somebody else's material to drop something that can angle towards the person that you fell out from, right? I did it a lot, but y'all know why I was doing it. I ain't getting no rat's ass, but other than to poke at it, right? Other than to poke at it. And then sitting there and having this whole snickering crap going on when the things that the cousin for the Levi was saying, I don't know how he didn't pick up on it. He likes to say that he's smart, or he's angry with other people that can't articulate, or He's angry with people that he feels that is unintelligent, beneath him as well. But yet then, if you go back and you listen to when he was on that platform quite a bit, there's two actions, emotions that took place when he would be speaking, but he would never catch it. He would just, some of them he would. Let me take that back. He would either be getting snickered at as he is trying to lay out his dialogue or his questions pertaining to the law, or it would be a yelling match. It was two things. And, I would be sitting back here going, maybe he'll catch it. Now, out of those two things, two emotions that was going on, I'm sure somewhere in the back of his head, because he keeps saying that, or not keep saying, but he talks about, how smart he is and he's from the top, right? And I'm thinking, well, there's no way that he keeps missing something like this, right? And oh my God, I did not charge my smartwatch up, and now my battery's about to die, and I hate that because I like using my smartwatch sometimes. But if it dies, it dies. No big deal. So, I'm sure he's like hearing this, and somewhere in his head, he's probably saying, "Well, did I say something funny?" Or at some point, what did I say that's got us in a yelling match? Now, Cousin for the Levi, for the most part, on all of those dialogues that he was having on the platform, um, he would stand his ground for the most part of it. But you can also tell where, in my opinion, he didn't per se like to have these outbursts of arguments. He really likes to protect his truth. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not diagnosing or none of that. But that's just, he likes to protect his truth and stand on his truth. So having the whole conflict of interest of two people who wants to be right all the freaking time, at some point was going to crumble anyways. You got two-headed people, like a two-headed bull. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't fit, right? So I reacted to that, on that audio indirectly, because like I say, he doesn't listen to my channel. He can give two black eyed peas about it, what I say over here, right? And so I addressed that, and I probably made it seem as if, okay, well, this fish is out of pocket, directing a question to the cousin for the Levi about, well, how do you feel? How do you feel like you are ankle tied to a person and you're sack hopping to the end of the race, but you don't, along that race, while you are sack hopping, right? Or potato sack hopping. Y'all know the game. And you're sharing a whole bunch of stuff, and you're trying to figure out a whole bunch of stuff together, and you're laughing together, and you're crying together, and you've been in this race now for almost, 10 minutes and 12 seconds, and you only have about a minute to go to make it to the finish line, and then it breaks off. We're not messing with each other no more, right? To be honest, and as much as I scroll through these, YouTube out here, right, I actually haven't seen a cousin Levi come out to do anything to that level of what you're seeing Catfish is doing. So now I had to sum it up to like, oh, okay, so now it's the cousin for the Levi turn up in the rotation of being poked at. Okay. Let me see if I can get a reaction out of this, right? There's a choice that could have been made, but unfortunately, it appears that Sharon Winbush brought this whole commentary out, which was hers over there on her page. But in my opinion, old fashionedly, it benefited someone else. And my determination and conclusion of after reviewing it was that, oh, now it's a cousin Levi turn to be poked at, which, on the record and for the record, y'all know I don't give a rat's ass about that shit either. It was just something to talk about. But apparently, this fish can't stand when the eyes goes off on the front of the stove and someone reignited and turned the two back eyes on the back of the stove. Maybe it's that. Well, I don't give a rat's ass about that either. But um, that is what I think. Again, could have possibly triggered her emotions once again, and now she can present her live however she chooses to present it. Of course, it hasn't broken me in the last 4, 5 years, and what she says ain't gonna break me today at all. I'm over her repetitive, incomplete having ass. I'm like done. Like seriously, and that was the only thing that I reacted to. Everything after that was basically my opinions on those situations. And yes, I might have said, okay, cousin for the Levi, how do you feel about having a friend like this? Even though, now after the breakups, right? You'll usually hear people justify the situation by saying, well, this person wasn't never my friend. I would never, ever, even physically, not knowing a JoJo would ever fix my mouth to say, well, that wasn't never my friend. Because I did spend time on platforms with him. So there is things that we can go through together out here and take those moments that can be the good moments, and to share those over sharing a whole bunch of shit that went bad about a person. But I get it. They say that our skin color is best at it. We'll find the most crap that we were bad towards each other on to put out here to help grow yourself, or become somebody behind that. I don't live my life trying to become something or somebody behind the bad things. Show me the good things. Laugh about but it's hard to do out here, especially when you feel like something was done to you intentionally. So no, I don't have anything bad stories or whatever to say about a Ty or Lakendra or who else I got into it. Bookham. I don't know Bookham's goddamn life. I laugh at the shit that he says, but I don't know his life, and I don't care to know his life. It does not benefit me to know his life like that. It just, he was a character and still is a character that fucking tickles me pink. And I like laughter over being angry about some BS most of the time. The majority of the time, I guess I should say. Now, that's what my announcement pretty much was. And I need everybody to know, I don't care to react to her anymore. She does nothing as far as from the last live that was a comment made in the chat, and it was like, damn, sometimes it does take a person to click a light bulb on to somebody else. And when she put the comment in the chat, right, I looked up, I'm like, you know what? Because they always say, if you don't know how to do it, or if you feel that you don't have to do it or you don't want to do it, somebody will be sent your way to open up your eyes to actually see, and you may oblige by what that person is asking. And I've done so. I've done so. I'm going to stand on that, especially if it's someone that definitely, supports the channel and has done no harm. That was some advice that, I'm going to rock with. It is what it is. Now, I have to allow her to continue to show her frustration and her anger and her bitterness and her scorning around here on YouTube because I don't care. I don't know her. I don't give a rat's ass about her, period. So shout out to you sending me the information and allowing me to have that announcement about it, but she can move on with that. And that's just that. And like they say, commentary is meant to be commented on. So there was nothing from this morning that I did a direct attack or landish outbursts on or talked about in a physical on physicality features at all. None. So she can have it. I don't give a rat's ass. I still want to know about the cousin Levi. I still want his answer. I'll never get it. I don't care. I'll never get it, never see it. How? And I asked some of you guys in the chat, right? Like, how? Like, how many of you guys have actually fallen out with someone? Like, that and come back, and all of a sudden your dirty laundry is being exposed about what you have that laid in the bed with the person on. Shit is crazy. I can't even in my relationship would I never ever. I don't know. Oh, I don't do no dirty shit like that, man. Because, like I said, not only are you trying to expose, it also exposes your own character about yourself, right? Never. Not even with, like, I remember, shit, well, no, I better not say that, because, you know, but I'm just saying, your best friend, your home girl, who? I would never. It doesn't cross my mind, to do so. I have arguments and crazy stuff going on with my sisters and stuff. What am I supposed to do now? Go over there and tell the other sister and blast it? Hoping to do that. I like that. Got to be crazy. That shit looks dirty even to do. That's beyond gossiping, right? That's beyond needing some different type of freaking attention. I don't know. They say, that's what women kind of do or whatever. But nah, take me out that category. I ain't never been like that. If I say I'm done, I'm done. I just walk away with it. Everything that I know about you, been about you, up and around me is gone. Now you can ask me 5 years later, maybe even 3 years later, about that particular person. Man, since I done washed it out, I can't even remember what the hell the damn person looked like. I done told y'all that. I erase shit from my memory like I know, over with. But unfortunately, as I stated, some people come out and took YouTube very, very seriously. Like you was literally taking away they tombstone off their grave and taking it to the pawn shop. They was like this was some serious shit. I never came out here, on the serious note. All of this other crap. The only seriousness that I had coming out here was advocating for R. Kelly. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why is the law doing this? Why does the law say that? Okay, well, where did this person come from? Well, how come this person didn't have to prove this? Okay, well, why this? That's the type of time that I came out here on. Hold the hell up. This doesn't seem like a fair trial. Wait, we're sequestering a jury? Why? Oh, they said because the juror, I don't know, maybe they was keeping the threats and didn't want them to get threatened, or I don't know. Like, this was a weird, different trial case. I'm reading what the RICO is. Like, one enterprise is, it clearly states in there. Well, one man can't be. One man doesn't make up an enterprise. But strategically, as they had done, you got the prosecutors saying, well, okay, well, there's a co-defendants here, and there's a person here. Okay, I get that. All right. Okay, well, he's a king of this, and he's a king of the gang. He's a king of the drug. He's a king of this. He's transporting women all around America and shit. I was like, where is this stuff coming? I'm like, you know what? Hold on, something ain't right. About this case. Somewhere there's a basket full of entanglement. Back then I'm reading. I was like, this is a whole, like a bunch of entangle of lies all along here. This is how they gonna prove this? I used to go down through it. Well, how they gonna? Are they gonna prove this? Are they gonna prove this? Man, even the questionnaire that was argument about that pertaining to the jurors. At one point, I guess R. Kelly wasn't involved in it. And then I think later on they made a big fuss about it or whatever. Where okay, he's supposed to know what's going on and who the jury pool is and have a voice in it, right? You got I guess the attorneys would throw this one away. Well, keep this one. Or throw this one away and keep this one. Was supposed to have been a juror of his peers. Nobody know that to be factual because they was goddamn sequestered. Now the case is over with. You don't hear from no juror. You don't nothing. You mean it's nothing. So yeah, that's where I stand. While I'm just kind of blabbering on. What time is it? 5:20. About this situation with R. Kelly. Everybody had their own particular reason as to the stance that you took for R. Kelly, or if you were standing for a drunken Larry, or if you were standing for a Bookham, or if you were standing for the PI, or if you were standing for. Everybody had their own a gate that they wanted to go through, and to turn around and have this big old goddamn rodeo out here, it was just insane to me. And that's when I was like, okay, no, nope, nah, nada, nope, nope. One thing you will not ever catch Papoose doing, I'm not a straddler. Straddler is confusion. Straddling is confusing. If you were not able to sit down and read the paperwork or the bylaws and all of this stuff to make up your mind on taking your stance when you come out, before you had come out here and all of that stuff, and now you done subjected yourself into sitting over there listening to this crap, sitting over here in this fight, like you didn't believe in your stance or your truth at all. So, but I did, and I ain't straddling nowhere. Being in the middle and undecided, right? What do they do with those votes? What do they do with those votes in the political campaigns? What do they do? You think they count your shit? Like it means nothing. You undecided or whatever. Okay, then what the hell you open your mouth up for and boast on it? And another thing, right? Ain't never siding with someone or straddling with someone who decides to be undecided. In my opinion, those are particular people that has left themselves open to switch up on your ass in a minute. Do that. Even though you can have someone that, rise with the way your view is about something, and then later down switch up, and decide, well, no, I'm gonna switch my vote, and I get it. It can happen that way. However, they're switching votes. They're coming from one side and landing themselves over to the other side because they got a different view on the situation, right? They didn't land themselves in the middle. They're not the person that's sitting up saying every day, well, no, I done told you. Nope, I ain't for and I ain't against them. You got to be careful of shit that comes out of people's mouth that says something like that. These are undecided people waiting to hear something spectacular or whatever, detrimental or whatever to help them make their decision when, you have to just read it and see if you can get some understanding of it and find your truth in that, or you're not so truth in that. But for somebody, what the fuck does that mean? Like what does that mean? I'm sitting here, right, and I'm over these, cases that I decide to bring forth, and you best to believe before I'm comfortable with even presenting these, I'm going to do all of my research to see where this person's head is at. How much of what you're telling me that caused this situation is the truth? So that I don't have to go up there and be compromised by the head of the antler, right? I'll say that. And then all of a sudden, like, it didn't wait a minute, what, where you get that from, where you get that from, and because this person didn't tell me, you know everything that I needed to know. But yet then, because of the side that I chose to be on, I'm still going to fight for this person on this side, regardless how much the head of the antler has over here. Because the head of the antler, stuff can be. Well, I did find some things that was wrong. It's like, wait a minute, nope, nope, no, because they'll try to throw some boufale stuff up into it, also, because they want to win. So I'm very cautious of freaking straddlers. People always want to, just stand in the middle of the war. It's like, nah, because you be the one that end up at some point of no return, stirring the pot, adding spaghetti inside of gumbo. It's like, what the hell? So, but that's just, that's my announcement, people, and that's my stance. I don't care anymore about what it is, how it is, based on Catfish presentation of the whole repeating freaking okie dokie ass crap over there. I got bored with it. I went past my 30-day mark on it anyways. And then also the threat that she tried to put out, whether if it was a scare tactic or however anybody want to use it, whatever. I can't mess around with that, and it's for two reasons. This is my livelihood, so I don't need anybody going outside of YouTube camp to weaponize themselves up by using my form of livelihood. Okay. Second of all, right? Second, something like that. Something like that. And I mean this to the heart, y'all. Will trigger me. Something like that being done will set me off. And I've come a long ways past 25 from allowing anything or anybody to set me off, to have me retort back to 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, up until 25. Because that's not my life anymore. And I'm not going to let anybody, push me to where I need to revisit that life anymore. It's just not going to happen. So can't be tricked. But what I can do is utilize my brain and be like, put on your big panties and take the high road and be like, man, I'm gonna have to let miss me with that shit and just ignore it. Pretty much, that's the road I have to take, and it is what it is. But let's just keep it a buck though out here, right? Pap ain't never scared. Pap just got a lot of sense, more than people would want to accept and know and understand. And that's because you don't know me. And I'm fine with that. Now, this ain't no whole goddamn eulogy and ceremony of throwing up the flowers and all of that shit and blue hoo hoo. Because as long as we on YouTube and we keeping it YouTube funky, then let's do YouTube. So, but I still have those questions for Cousin Levi. How? What about you guys? Don't answer it. I'm just figurative, using figurative. Don't answer it. But how? You know, how? Because of feelings hurt. People get feelings hurt every day, all day. There's somebody doing something to somebody. You know, but baby, whew, I was like, oh Lord, I ain't even had to pray on that one. God just had to just ignore it. I ain't had to pray on it. I don't need I don't use my comments when I got pretty common sense over here, right? And I ain't got to pray on that one. You ain't got to tell me twice on that one, right? So, and YouTube is not anything that I'm about to turn into reality on it. But, anywho, I was mentioning to Harlem before I get up off of here this whole situation that is occurring between this Papoose and this Clarice and Remy Mars and now the Bud and then the 50 Cent and then now the Clarice is saying that she's gonna sue the 50 Cent. Now there's some photo or something dropped out here. It's hard to tell what's AI and what's not on some things, right? So for the most part, a lot of stuff you can tell that is AI, and a lot of stuff that you can't. But it's just their fight to me is just crazy. I'm like, it's the fight over a man. It's the man playing the role. It's obviously because I've heard and saw some Remy Ma where, holy shit, like she did her exposure. Not only that, her exposure was, and I'm not for sure, so I'm just opinionating on this and going to apply allegedly to it that this is still her legal husband, right? Separated, but when it's real bad like that, when your wife is telling the fiance the type of character like you are, like now Remy Ma has been pushed to the verge of, I don't care who get caught in the crossfire. Either it's Clarissa or it's going to be Papoose. But I was listening to her and she's like in one breath congratulating the Clarissa, and then in the second breath it's like, I'm going to clown, my husband. Now, what does not help, in my opinion? What does not help? Exposing the husband, which is her ex, does nothing for the other woman. It's not going to detour the other woman from the man that you're trying to expose, because that's the man she wants, regardless. Remy Ma saying that he's a bum and the only money that he's gonna make is off of her, and he doesn't does this, and he doesn't see his children, I guess, like he's supposed to, and he's hiding behind a son that is. Here's something else, y'all. I can't. Oh my God! I was like, what? When people address this situation, it's kind of weird to me. Remy Ma says that Papoose doesn't like his son sexual preference. And when I hear people address same sex or the likeness of the same sex in that manner, right? First thing because I used to like question it and not have arguments about it, but I kind of grew up that same sex people, right, are only together for the fulfillment of sex. This person is a guy, but he likes penis. But then I was told differently. It's like, no, you're X factoring out the fact of people loving each other or people caring for each other, just like a man and woman. And I was like, well, I don't know, because once I uh, once a lot of this started ex- being exposed, and now my eyes are opening, and it's like grabbing my attention. Um, that's all you would hear, the same sex, especially with the men, right? And I grew up around one guy, and his name was Bootsy, Bootsey, right? And that's all he would talk about was, sex with his guy. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, well, this is all what being gay, I guess, is like. It's just sex. So then when I hear Remy Ma says, he Papoose doesn't like his son's sexual preference. I'm thinking, oh, well, okay, well, I guess she's notating that. Oh, okay, he doesn't like the fact that his son is possibly, allegedly, gay, I guess, or something like that. Or he just, loves to have sex, with the same sex. I looked at it both ways like that. It's like, because you got to really know how to take that. But I get it, sexual desire. I just kind of be looking for people to kind of rename it or say it a little bit different so that it does not seem to appear that they only having these same sex relationships solely based on for having sex with the same person. Because I think maybe I was like, well, how come Remy Ma didn't say, well, the same likeness of his kind? Maybe that, I don't know. I think it's something that needs to be cleaned up a little bit so that it wouldn't be looked at as they're only in the same sex for sexual act, a lot of sexual activity. I don't know. Even though we know that's what they in for. Or I mean, they do it, but still. So, but she exposed that part of it. I I don't see it doing any harm. Hi, Miss Brown, to Clarissa, because she in it for the long haul. So it doesn't matter how much bad you can say about that man. I'm saying this, in my head, listening to Remy Ma. You could put out there that, well, yeah, shit, he's got stains in his boxers every night. If the woman is who she want to be with, and that's who she gonna be with. And for the most part, you got to watch that out of spite stuff, right? Because women will look at it like, oh, you just saying this stuff to be spiteful towards me, so then I can break up with him or send him on his way, and then he'll go back over there to you. So right now, Clarice is got to position herself to try to to believe what she wants to believe and to not believe, what is being said. This shit like it all in your head, and like you don't know what to say, what to do, and oh my God, and then so she's definitely hearing this, Clarice hearing this coming from Papoose wife. To my understanding, they're still married. If I'm wrong, then somebody stand me correct, right? That if the wife is saying this, about about Papoose, right? you best to believe that Clarice is going to go into protective mode. It's a woman's intuition. It's like you go into protective mode. So she's going to be guarding this. She's going to be watching this. She's going to be listening and things of sort pertaining to a papoose, just to make sure that what Remy Ma is saying is definitely not happening to her. That's going to happen. Women, we can't refrain from doing it. She's going to do that. She's going to protect all of that. She definitely is. Now, whether if a papoose is out there hanging on and allowing her to hang on, and all of this is for show and tell, I guess the time would come. But like I say, I'll see a title over here. Or title may say something like, "Oh, Papoose is leaving Clarissa," or you'll go over here and the title go say, "Well, Clarissa is not, talking to Papoose because of this," or you'll go over here and see another title saying, Remy Ma, and like the one that is out there, Papoose spent birthday with his family. Clarissa wasn't there. Then you go over here, right? I've seen so many video titles that is saying, whereas Papoose and Clarissa is just not a pair. And then I'll click on an actual live, right, where Clarissa may be talking and whatever, and there it is. There, Papoose right there with her. He ain't gone. How the hell do you make a title with the Papooses gone back home to Remy Ma when I'm sitting here looking at a goddamn video with Papoose sitting in the goddamn bed upstairs in the bed? How? How do you make a video like that? Like it's not gonna be checked out. Like it's crazy. And I get it. The whole clickbait stuff, I get it. But I'm like, really? So then you go to some of the comments, right, on most of these videos, because I'm a comment junkie, y'all. I didn't want to read the comments. The comments is what will keep you up on what happened in that story. If you don't know the beginning of the story, like these people here, like, okay, let me see. I've been reading it. Okay, I'm all caught up, But for the most part, to me, it seems like it's the public that is intentionally trying to break this whole Clarice and this whole Papoose situation up. But now I'm asking myself, well, why public? Why aren't you not seeing the videos where Remy Ma is clearly showing she has no interest anymore in to Papoose? Why are y'all? It's like she's not going to accept him back. Like she doesn't want him back. But yet then the public is intentionally like trying to break the Papoose in the Clarissa up as if that's gonna do it. But and that's out there too though. Her Miss Brown, that's out there too, right? Like, okay, he won't sign a divorce paper. I get that she ignores it, Harlem, because I want to jump to Miss Brown comment, right? I get that she ignores it, but why does she has to listen to it? I mean, are you saying that she should listen to the wife that is not physically the wife resume on how she puts it out about Papoose? Do you think that the other woman should take heed of that and be like, okay, no, 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 no? But I mean, because the way I'm looking at it, like, I watched the sister, I listened to a bunch of people, whatever. Well, I mean, Clarice's getting out the mud too, and Clarice was not at one point of time considered a person that's all of that or had a whole bag, like she's getting now, right? So it's like, what difference does it make? And now to me, too, with the way Clarice is thinking, She's got her a rap artist, and she's aware that he's probably not bringing in the bag on a regular or things like that. Know why? She wouldn't care because that's less time over there for him to be indulging in. He gonna be right here up underneath me. I made him my security, or she's cutting him, a little check or whatever to keep him afloat for doing the things that she needs him to do. Put him on the payroll. So I don't know. I don't know if the other woman should be taking what the married woman um, is saying about the man and making a decision on whether if she should leave him or not. I just I don't know. I don't think so. I think that Papoose should be a at the stage to go and sign those papers. Go and sign those papers. But I'm like this with that too though. Harlem, right? I'm on this too, right? At some point, you don't need his signature. If you can show the courts the X, Y, and Z and bring your proof with it, they will honor you that divorce. You don't necessarily have to wait for that other person's signature. If you can show the courts why you cannot get this signature, I forget what it's called, but it's a term and it's usually granted by the judge. Like, okay, you're divorced. I forgot what it's called, right? And I remember somebody's going that I know that went through that situation and their husband would not sign it. It's like, no, no, and had a hard time hunting them down, serving the papers, whole bunch of stuff. And I think like a year or two might have went past. After that, this person went back to court, cannot locate him. He's refusing to be located. He's refusing to sign the paperwork, default divorce signed, and that's it. So me listening to the public out here and everybody saying, that he's still married, he won't sign the paperwork, or because I don't know if I ever heard Remy Ma say he won't sign the paperwork. I don't know if I ever heard that because that would have stuck with me, right, or whatever. But I mean, Remy Ma can move on that too, right? You say it's called a default divorce. I've seen it happen. I've seen some ladies that actually ends up having their divorce legally stamped without the other signature on it. Wait, Harlem, you wonder if what's a real relationship between Papoose and Clarice? Now, Miss Brown saying that she cannot respect anyone running around with someone that is married. But now I'm playing devil's advocate with you, Miss Brown. But should she, Clarice, acknowledge the fact that there is a legal document that binds them together in marriage, but they're not physically binded together. They don't live together. They don't have shared finance together other than the support for the kids, right? They don't have, so, I mean, it's separation, right? People separate and people take a while to get their divorce, but they continue right on into the next relationship. Is that illegal? Absolutely not. What would be illegal if Clarice and Papoose does it is to sell off to get married while he is still married. Then I guess that would be the thing. But if that's the case, then what Miss Brown's saying, there's a situation that's going on, that was going on, I guess I should say, because I don't know this to be true, right? Well, Cardi B, she started dating, presumably, and she was still married. Has she divorced yet? Has she? So, I mean, if we touch on the legal grounds, of it, then where should that land Cardi B at? Now, I'm with you on that though, Miss Brown. Close one door before you step out into the other door. I am 100% agreeing with you, because all you're doing now is opening the doors to develop drama behind it. So you said, think about it. Okay, if that man get hurt and on life support, okay, and another woman makes a decision for him to live or die, she can't even go see him in the hospital. Okay. Okay, something like that may happen. But if you're not with that man, right? If I'm not with that man, but I'm still married to that man, but I have no involvement, no nothing with this man, why should I be the one to step up to go and make these type of decisions, or override what the girlfriend decisions are? I'm not with that man. Go ahead. This is just me though, Miss Brown. I know other women may not do it. I want to let the fiance go do it. I ain't with him. Go right on ahead. I don't have a problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that at all. I am not coming around to throw my marriage weight around because I'm married to him and we never got a divorce, but I'm not with him. I ain't doing that. I ain't got time, man. You go right on ahead and be bothered. I just couldn't do it. No, the girlfriends can't make the decision, right? So the next of kin, let the girlfriend do it, or the mama do it, or the grandbaby do it, or whatever. Cause I ain't been around them, so I'm not. I don't want to step up to that. I don't even want them to contact me. Where you're the wife, I don't give a rat's ass. And then you're right, they're never alone. Everybody talks about, it's like some of them titles be straight up clickbait. I'll be like, I ain't clicking on this, because soon as I click on you, then I go over here go Clarice with her hands through Papoose arms walking out the goddamn fur market. I ain't finna click on that. It's like, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. So, but and I'm sure Clarice knows that that's a position, if it occurred, that she's gonna have to hold. You know, if there's a mother or a Papoose mom, or if there's and we're not talking about like he's gonna die or nothing like that. We're just giving examples, right? That or his daughter, or his, those people. And I'm sure Clarice has come to terms with that. She's going to have to accept that. No, you won't be able to make these decisions unless Papoose then went and put it in writing as far as his will. Who will make the decisions as his, as his power of attorney if something like that would happen. Now that would override some things. He has it legally documented about who he wants to oversee and makes a decision based on his freaking life. That will override mom. That will override the baby. That definitely will. But I don't know. Now, you know, are these things being said and to the truth of some of the content creators that makes these videos? Papoose go over there and and oh, he bought. Now I gotta ask y'all, because I saw it but I didn't finish watching it. Did he buy Remy mom the dog? Did he buy the dog, Harlem? I want to know. Did he buy the dog? Who bought who a dog? And was Remy Ma actually on camera flaunting the dog? Was she? Because if she was, now that's some shiesty shit to do. Then that means if she was, now she's using her tools. She's playing the game too, right? By throwing that all up in Clarissa's face. Just like how you'll see Remy Ma come out with her mink on. Yeah, I think there's a dog now. I'm trying to tell you, I seen a new dog, girl, and I seen Remy Ma holding the dog up. And then I saw some of the. I think I was doing something. I ain't had time to catch it. I should have sent it to my email, right? Normally, when I'm in a hurry, I usually flash email, send it there so I can go back to it, right? But I promise you, I seen a dog. I promise you, the headline said that old Papoose brought Remy Ma a dog. I don't know, for her birthday or it was something like that, right? Now, I did see Remy Ma with the dog. I'm trying to tell you, Earl, I'm trying to tell you, I saw the dog. Now, if Remy Ma is flashing this dog up, knowing that Papoose went over for a visit or with the baby, knowing that it was Remy's mom's birthday and you dropped the dog off, of course he can probably say, "Oh no, the dog is for my daughter." I was about to say that. That was for my daughter. Okay, fine. We on the same page with that, Harlow. So Remy Ma is now playing the game. First, she gives advice to Clarissa, or she tells Clarissa about her husband, and he's not this and he's not that, and he okay. So it had to be for the daughter. Now I don't know when her birthday is. I know I should have asked you that because you be dead on it, girl. But right, so okay, hold on. Remy Ma would be wrong. You try to give, or you did give information to Clarice, putting out Papoose character to her and giving her plenty of reasons why you shouldn't be dating him, kick him to the curb, blah blah blah, right? But then you come back and post up this like dog and made it appear, which you know controversy, you know it's gonna start out here. Cause I promise you the headline, the title says Papoose took Remy Ma a dog for her birthday. And I guess like left Clarissa out. I don't know. But so now we had the battle of the furs, right? The battle of the copying what I wear show go down, right? So one day I would click on, you got Remy Ma over there in the fur coat and the pink coat, and then Remy Ma with the high boots on. I don't know who did it first, and then I click over, I look over here, there's Clarice, and now she's got on the pink mink, and the baby got on the mink. Everybody get a mink today, right? And I'm like, ay, 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 are y'all kidding me? This cannot be happening. But Miss Brown, it would be definitely wild. It would be wild. But again, why would Remy Ma come on with the dog, looking all, puppy eyed and thank you, like the dog was for her? Why? Because she knew that the people was going to start a whole bunch of controversy about it, right? Blame it on Papoose. Papoose bought me this. And then after that, I go and I click on it, and I promise you, Papoose upstairs. I was so that phrase had me too. Okay, y'all gotta admit that was funny as hell if y'all been watching it, because every time Clarice would come on, she would Papoose upstairs. Papoose upstairs. And then one time she actually went upstairs, right? I guess she was getting his plate or some shit, and he was actually sitting right there, boy. But then I just seen a video titled that Papoose is over there with Remy Ma. I'm like, these people gonna quit playing with me about this freaking Remy Ma Papoose Clarice shit now. Y'all gonna quit playing out here. Be making me mad. Girl, everything. So, okay, the fur coats, the boots, the wigs, Clarissa Clarence. Okay, you said she never had that style. Okay, so now all of a sudden she's dressing similar to Remy Ma. Now, why do you think that is? Do you think, because I know some of the comments based off of what you stated, right? And some of the comments did state that Papoose, encouraged her or, started dressing her. And that way the resemblance can be there and that will help him think about Remy Ma. Now, I don't know if that's true. And I'm just reading what the comments was saying. Now, by saying that though, Harlem, right? Now, I'm thinking out of my head for as if I was Clarice, right? And I look in the mirror, right? And then I see Remy Ma on TV, and our outfits are looking the same. We got similar necklaces on. We got at some point, cause I'm Clarice, right? I'm gonna be addressing myself. Well, wait a minute, Papoose, why you encourage me to wear these type of outfits when you know your wife over there wearing them? What's the deal with this? Like, I would literally had to change that whole style up. I'm like, oh hell no. But now we're talking about two women and one man. So now she's looking in the mirror. I'm Clarice, right? I got on my pink mink. She got on the red mink. I got on the red high water boots. She got on her black ones. Okay. Oh, you know what? Because envious is crazy, right? Fuck it. I'm going to roll with this right here. In other words, she's over there doing her a whole Cardi B because she got Papoose and now I know how to make a mad donut. You understand what I'm saying? So now she done moved Remy Ma. Now Ma mad. Like, oh, so now, of course, Remy Ma dropping a rap, blah, 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 on how you copying my style and you can't flow and blah, blah, blah. Now, turns around. Did y'all catch Clarice rap? Did y'all catch that, Miss Brown in Harlem? Tell me y'all caught the rap, girl. Tell me y'all caught it. So you're waiting for 50 to come out with the rap with the oh my lord, you got to hit me up if it drop and I miss it. Oh my lord. 50 say he don't have to rap no more, honey. He out there with his goddamn little short videos. Honey, did you see the one? And no shade, right? Because I didn't find it funny. I really didn't. When he threw Tiny across the way. He had like a little Tiny on there. Did you see? Let me see if I can find it. Tell me you saw that one. Hey, Shannon Love. You say, see, this is why I wouldn't be involved with no woman would have me feeling insecure and second guessing what is going on. Well, I'm with you on that too, Miss Brown. Ain't nowhere in the hell I will want to be, all caught up in that whole type of dilemma like that. Man, you got him, you can got him. I'm just gonna be like, and listen, but I seriously did not. I promise you, I was over here hoping. I was like, don't do it, Remy Ma. Just take the bigger road. If you're not with the man, that's fine. And when the time comes, you and Papoose go ahead and do your divorcing privately, or if not, just do your thing over there. And no, these people just kept poking and kept poking and kept poking, and she was holding it back. I think she was holding it back though, Miss Brown, hard, right? And then I don't know what it was that broke the camel's back. I saw Remy Ma. I was like, oh no, she gave them the attention. She gave them the attention. I was like, come on. I mean, I ain't on, neither side because no, I just, I'm not on neither side. It's like, it's a dangerous game. It can get to be dangerous. Um, I know for a fact that Remy Ma can be divorced today. You don't need a man's signature to finalize the freaking divorce. They'll give it to you, right? Unreconciled, whatever difference, and also I can't bind him. He won't sign him. I tried to serve him. They keep coming back. It's been over 2 years. I can't see Papoose going down and contesting that because you wouldn't sign the paperwork. And what else are you going to say that will keep that marriage together, anyways? Not only that, Remy Ma now has sufficient evidence to take down there to have a judge grant the freaking divorce, and that's Papoose is upstairs. He's upstairs. But you got listen. You got to see. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, where is this video at? Let me see. It's two of them. I want you to see, right? I think this one is it, right? Let me see. See, he's upstairs. He's always upstairs. I don't care what y'all say. This be cracking me up. Papoose upstairs.
Yeah, I am cracking up.
See, watch. See.
Because Papoose is upstairs.
Papoose upstairs. Now, I could see something like that, pissing, Remy Ma off to the certain extent to want to come back and fire back at them. I get it. Now, that was poking the bear there. That was a straight up poke the bear moment. Okay? Now, the comments have me rolling. Now, I would see that, and I'm like, well, okay, he's upstairs, but why is this title over here saying that Papoose is over at Remy Ma's, but then he's upstairs over? I'm like, y'all, listen, y'all better quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Now, hold on. Now, I'm going to show you like this, right? Now, I'm not sure what exactly 50 Cent has said to or about Clarice, where now she's threatening to sue 50 Cent, right? I don't know. I'm behind on that one. But all of this here now, I have to take it with a grain of salt and let it be comical. Because, this is their affair. The shit is crazy. But now, 50 Cent did this, right? Let me see if I can find it this way. And I was like, really, 50? Oh, don't. Okay, here it is, right? I was like, well, what? Like, he's not rapping. He's making comic views, okay? And I'm like, check this out, y'all. I didn't think it was funny. I really didn't. Look.
Small, too small, 5 foot flat, looking like a little lab rat. Rubber band man snap, girl looking like she from the chocolate factory. On skin, green hair with a tragedy. Tiny by name, troll by face.
Oh, they cut it. It's not on that one. Oh, they cut it out. He must have cut that out.
Had to check a TMZ reporter for asking Tiny how she felt about the meme 50 Cent posted.
Now,
T.I. said flat out,
no shade on Tiny. Oh my God. No, she didn't, Miss Brown. No, 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 no. I don't know what to believe no more. So I'm going to have to take a Clarissa and Papoose. Just comical. Yeah, she ignoring you. Yeah, you won't. Miss Brown ain't trying to have no once a month ass boyfriend. You pop in here with your once a month to my some hi Miss Brown. Boy, seem like you got kicked to the curb. Should I draw up your divorce papers for you, Miss Brown? He coming up in here. Miss Brown, I know you see me. I know you see me, boo. I know you see me. Don't be doing me like that. Get on your knees, Shannon. Get on your knees. Sitting over here like, cause Miss Brown, we see you. Miss Brown, let's do Medea moment, okay, Miss Brown? You wanna play? Put a one in the chat. Let's play Medea right quick. Let's play Medea, Miss Brown. Now you got to be with me on this, okay? Remember this skit, so you should know what to say. You see him? You see him? Then what you say? You must say, yeah, I see him. You remember when old girl come through the house and Medea says she don't see us? No, I don't think she see us. I see her. You see me? That's how Shannon acted. You see him, Miss Brown? Yeah, I see him. Yeah, I see him too. What's his problem? Oh, hold on. Harlan got some more tea. But Pat, Tiny's son King came back with T-shirts. Yes, he did. He definitely did. But so did 50. 50 came back with T-shirts too. You didn't see him with the T-shirts like he was walking over in, was it New York or something like that? Or was he Hollywood? Hold on. You ain't see him? Because he came back too. And weed packs with the mother pig. So I think King took the. Yeah, he did. Did they take that down? No, I think he did go pretty far with that. I really do. It's like, dang, you took it to the grave. Like you really finna make a meme of kicking. What did he do to the grave? But 50 came back with some T-shirts, honey. I promise you. Let me see where it's at. I was like, you know what? Oh, here it is. I really do hope that, I don't want to see any of them. Oh, who had the weed packs? Okay, with 50 Cent Mother Pick, with the T-shirts with 50 Cent Mother Pick, and the weed packs with the Mother Pick. She is. Yeah, I saw what the Son did, but then after the Son did the T-shirt, I saw this.
I've been blessed with the opportunity to change my life. That's how I've been doing it. I'm not an angel. I've been blessed with the opportunity to change my life. That's how I've been doing it. I'm not an angel.
Now that's
I've been
crazy.
blessed with the opportunity to change my life.
That's what I saw after. But I didn't see the weed packs at all. But I saw him do that after King did the T-shirt thing. So I just hope that they don't get into a real physical fight. Right? I do. Now, that's enough of them. I wish them nothing but the best. I hope that these people don't get into a big old fight. As of now, I don't think that there's been a lawsuit filed by T.I. and Tiny with taking 50 Cent to court at all. It's alleged that they were supposed to, I guess, be making some type of a documentary or a movie, something in that fashion, right? With T.I. and 50 Cent. I guess he went to him and then something, I guess, just went left on it. And then this is what started it with 50 Cent posting T.I. where Tiny, I'm sorry, where she was on the stage in her tutu, kind of flew up, and it showed her rear end, and then he just kind of masqueraded that. So and it's just been popping, ever since. I was like, oh my God. But I think that with Clarice now, that relationship stuff is just gonna have to stay where it's at, because every time she clicks on, Papoose is upstairs, and that's just that. And I realized that Remy Ma can get a divorce, so you don't have to wait on him to do a default divorce. Like Harlem said, right? It can happen. There's reasons that she can prove to the judge right now that she wants her divorce finalized. So there's some other situations going on, I believe, behind all of that, and I think it's mostly for now the show and tell, the conspiracies and the drama and the tea that's circulating around their stories. Maybe they're enjoying it more than anybody else. Now, this morning I left off with this whole situation occurring about Tasha K. Apparently, she might have created some more narrative about this whole Cardi B after being sued once, and now she has this GoFundMe out. Allegedly, it's supposed to be for 3.5 million. I made a statement that the way Tasha K broke down her math, right, and she knows how many followers or subscribers she has, so she knows down to the dollar amount of asking each person to help donate to help her reach her goal so that she can pay that debt off, right? A lot of people out here are saying, "Oh no, you made this problem yourself. You deal with this problem yourself." Right now, I think it is being a threatened or suggestion to Tasha K coming from Cardi B attorneys allegedly, like, "Hey, you might want to shut this down again because we'll come back again and possibly sue you some more." Tasha K doesn't think that she's done many damages to that level to Cardi B to have her file the first lawsuit. So, we listen. We gotta see where that goes on that. I'm just sitting over here thinking and hoping that because of the situation that Tasha K created, circumventing around, R. Kelly and admitting that she has some doings with this BOP. I mean, with these messages and all this involvement with these parents and things, but mainly so the BOP officer in receiving R. Kelly's personal information, whether if that turns out to be very illegal to do, that R. Kelly also would be able to get remedy from that. So I'm hoping, I do hope that, and I'm hoping that, Tasha K is so distracted from that. However, I think that it was also mentioned in the paperwork at one point under Jennifer Bonjean administration, right, about the storyline behind that. I think it was mentioning at one point about a possible lawsuit, and it wasn't just the Tasha K. It was, R. Kelly's attorney speaking on his behalf, saying that there will be a few lawsuits coming. So I'm thinking that since a lot of the people who know that their hands were dirty, involving themselves into R. Kelly's situation and causing more damage control against him, right? That I'm hoping that they're distracted from that part of R. Kelly where all of a sudden it's going to be a surprise, like, surprise, what, you thought we were gone? Kind of like how I choose to move sometimes is going quiet is what's best. Preparation is for the test. You present it and you flame it and you pass it and you win. That's just how I feel about that. But moving on, so now I'm sitting here and I'm watching who is these other people, right? This whole I caught a little bit of a replay of the Blueface fight out there, y'all. I think, in my opinion, and as I'm watching them, like, okay, I can agree with the content creator tallying it up with the 3-on-3, right? And then on one of the final rounds, right, with a minute or so to go, you had his opponent come back and gain more points in that round. So I think that kind of tapped it off at a 3-4. What's that boy name? Blue Face, and for the other guy's way, right? Because I mean, he was going in. Now, this is what behooves me at the end of that fight, right? And I'm watching this through the content creator's channel, right? And I'm like, really? You know, the first thing that he got off and did was go and sat down and they clicked on YouTube. Yeah, and Whack 100 and a few other guys. I'm like, this is a different. Where's the news journalist people at? What? Yeah, what the hell's going on here? What kind of boxing shit was this? I kid y'all not. Let me see if I can find the last fight. You know, the last round for it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. And you know, I was listening to Whack 100, right? Boy, that man can talk, y'all. Ooh, chat. Like, where is he? Is he going to shut up? No, you gonna have to go. I'm gonna tell you where you got to go. You know who's showing the whole fight? You can watch the actual whole fight on that Carlos King channel. He shows the whole entire fight. Because he was like, yeah, I'll probably get in trouble for this, but you know what? I'm just going. So he showed it and I watched it. So it was, let me see. Okay, here we go. Let's watch the last round, right? Hold on, we'll fast forward. Now, a lot of people, of course, because they are content creators, they're going to put out what they want to put out. So yeah, you can catch the whole live out there under, you know, under Carly's. Lord, is that Charleston White in the ring? I cannot with social media, y'all. I cannot. Y'all go tell me. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop playing with me. You mean to tell me that the content creators now are all signing up to be boxers? Who paying for this? Man, I'm going to have to see where I could place my bet at. I need to see where I can put my bet in that on some of this here. This is some easy money to get right here. Like, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, somebody put me up on game here. Because now I'm seeing this girl, Meatball and Smiley in the ring. Ain't they off of reality shows? Ain't these people off of... So what are they doing? Reality boxing? What the hell's going on here? I'm behind. Somebody put me up on this. But somebody got to tell me what the hell is going on here. But let me show y'all the last minute of this fight. Hold on. Now, but before I do that, Blueface went through the ring ropes, right? You can clearly, hold on. You can clearly hear the referee call a technical foul, pushing. She warned. His name is Shabu yeah, I think it's Shabu. No pushing. But yet then, I promise you, I've seen at least 10 titles out here saying Shabu knocked Blueface out. And I'm going, what the hell? That didn't happen, you know. I'm like, that didn't happen. It seriously did not happen. I watched the fight, right? But I get it. It's the clickbait for the people. Okay? But let me show y'all. Let me see if I can get to the last little round of here, right? Hold on. Okay, so we're at the last round, right? Let me see. Is that it? Okay, so this is the last round. And that's where he started getting his points, right? Now, okay. That's the round where he started accumulating a lot of points, right? He had them put him up in that little corner and was kind of going in, and Blueface is tired. Smoking and drinking, can do this to you. Not only that, these people ain't really training like that, right? They do part-time training. You know how I could tell when it comes to Blueface and Miss Brown. If you is Miss Brown, if you ain't in there treating my boy right, I'm gonna have to hook you up with Shabu. Look here, Miss Brown. You want me to get you some Shabu? Cause I'm gonna call him up. I'm gonna get you some Shabu if you ain't gonna be acting right. Now, if y'all was looking at that right, you can tell that they're not at that professional level, right? This is the amateur boxing, right? Whatever, right? As I watch Blueface throw his punches, right, his left punch is sluggish. Okay, I'm just saying, you up in there getting out of pocket with my boy. I'm gonna have to have him move on and divorce you. Then I'm gonna hook you up over here with Shabu. You'll have you a boxer. I'm gonna get you a boxer, right? What in my opinion, and I'm not a trainer, right? I'm just noticing Blueface left hooks, right? Where he's trying to follow through with it, right? He's sluggish as hell. It's like he has no strength, the power coming from behind that left hook, right? He's just throwing it. Like how you just kind of throw, think of the Bozo show. You use your left hand and you just kind of tossing the ball into bucket number 16, hoping it land in, right? If Blueface would strap that right arm down, tape it to his chest, and do nothing but left punches on that darn bag, he'll build that strength up in that arm. He'll start having a more powerful punch coming from the left because all he's doing now is depending on the punch from the right, which is only going to keep opening up that door for his opponent to keep coming at him from his left side because he has nothing to protect him on his left side. They just wham his left side out. And nothing over there. It's weak as hell. It's like a dead arm or something. And he needs to build that up, period. Now, mind you, I'm listening to WAC 100 and all of the other team players and, the commentators and they saying this and they saying that, okay, baby, and this or this or that. And I don't hear any suggestions spoken to Blueface about what they can make better in where area he's hurting in. Not only that, his damn pants slid down. The freaking referee had to pull those up. Like, now, granted that this other guy is supposed to have been probably about 30 so pounds, I guess, over Blueface. I don't know, but I just need some help a little bit trying to figure this out. Is this all of the people coming off of reality shows and they just trying to start something new in the boxing area? Or what the hell is this? What the hell's going? Who money? Who's backing this up with their money? Who is this shit legal? Is this legal? I want to know. I want to know if it's legal, y'all. This is some crazy ass shit sitting here. Now, I guess you got a Krishan Rock out there boxing now, okay? The baby's at the training camp every day with her and a whole bunch of shit going on. And, she's getting back into shape. And I'm like, Y'all got to be kidding me. I mean, shout out to them. It's finding something to do other than fighting each other all on the internet, right? It's got something better. They found something better to do. But to be honest, Blueface did not get knocked out. The referee called a push. She called a push. How is it that people can't do the content on what it is? The ref called a push. That was it, and that was all, you guys. I don't know. Let's hear what Blueface had to
You gotta
say.
get some work together.
Blue, first time at heavyweight. I give you your props. This fight was kind of put together last minute. It was so hard to get you an opponent. Can we see you back in Brand Risk?
Hey, you know damn well you ain't gonna lose your own money on your own fight card. I definitely wouldn't score that in a unanimous decision. I give it 4-2.
If you do get back on Brand Risk, do you want a rematch or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on Brand Risk because you tampering with the bets.
Never that. I don't know what he's talking about.
You gotta get some work together.
Blue, first time at heavyweight. I give you your props. This fight was kind of put
I don't know
last
what
minute.
he
It was so
said
hard to
either,
get an
tell you the
opponent.
truth. And you're right, though. Hopefully she'll stay in that lane for a minute and not get back distracted or whatever. But, Miss Brown, did I see some shit come out with Blueface finally saying that he's not the biological dad? I could have swore I saw that, honey. I was like, what? So you did all of this, foot chasing, fooling around, and cussing out, and being like, and that's not your biological son, but you kept up a whole bunch of for nothing stuff with this, right? And I don't know what y'all think or what y'all would say, like the mother of Blueface. What do y'all think about that? I mean, she obviously bags him up 100% because that's her son, right? But I'll peep in a little bit on listening to her. Yeah, he just want to get a rouse out of her. I'll listen to the mom, right? And I get it, maybe she's because she did reality too. I don't know what happened to that, and they were filming all of them, at some point in time, I guess. It seemed like that then died off, so I don't know if it was for her to get her a YouTube check or something like that, or if she was on the payroll of Blueface to keep the fire going in this whole bunch of drama tea out here. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, to me it's just weird. But baby, sitting here watching Charleston White in the ring. What he in the ring for? I thought he was out there as the police agent or something, getting people locked up and telling on them. Now he over there in the freaking ring. But before I go, y'all, who do y'all think is up next? Who do y'all think that this is going to? Who y'all think up next? Because every week it's always something new about somebody. Now, I got to be like honest about this here. Tasha K bring them people on there, or some of these people Tasha K be talking about, I don't be knowing who the hell they are. Ain't never heard of them. I'm like, who? What? Like where she find these people at? I don't know. But a lot of these people have gotten caught up in the moment where let's call the content creator and drop some tea. I want to go on that show. I've been talk about my auntie. I've been talk about my nephew. I don't know if that's something that I could do. It's like I don't know if it's a mixture of something in the heart, that would make a person want to come on and do something like that. I don't care. Like when I seen Clarissa's sister come out, and she wasn't so much like talking about her. She was cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff that went on amongst their family and telling how they lived or, things like that. But I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I'll realize that the only person that's going to benefit and grift from it would be Tasha K. There's nothing that I would benefit from, from it, except for the people having their opinions in the comment area. So it's got to be a decision that you're willing to make to want to draw that to you. At this point, I guess it could be good and I guess it can be bad having your 5 minutes of fame and after that people then forgot all about you. So I guess, unless you're getting paid to come on to drop your story. And that's the only time that I believe that anybody should, if you choose to come out and be running, the tea and exposing your family members or someone close to you as significant that you get paid for. I don't be knowing those people, Shannon. I'll be like, who the hell is that? Tosh K, who them people? Who that man? Who that? Who that is? Who that is? Tosh K be talking to you like, hell, you known them from the barbecue. I kid you not. Now, one more thing before I go. Now, I loved the Jeep, okay? Going backwards, right? I forgot to mention this. Let me see if I can find this. I love the Jeep. I like, not love, like some of the things that rich people can do. I do. Let me see if I can find this, right? Bingo, I found it. However, I believe it is said that on here, it is said that she paid $200,000. Kayat, I want to try it for her new truck. I like the truck. It's cute. It's pretty. It's a pretty toy. I get that. But baby, this is definitely when you just really don't have much to do with the money because you done bought everything that pretty much money can buy to satisfy you at certain points of your life, right? So y'all got to see this truck, right? So I don't own the rights to this video. We're using this video for educational entertainment purpose only. But y'all, I really, 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 let me tell y'all this. I would have literally bought that $120,000 electric Hummer before I'd have wasted $200,000 on this. First of all, pink just reminds me of Pepto-Bismol. It is. Now, it could be her favorite color and all of that stuff, but $200,000, y'all, check it out.
My sister Tamika Carter Pope Harris has a new vintage Bronco, and what I tell y'all, it is amazing. Y'all got to get you one. Major.
Now, let's pause that for a second, because I could have sworn, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm going to Google it, because, my mom's husband has a vintage, right? And it's vintage plates on there. When Niecy Mo went to talk about the Lexus being a vintage, I knew that wasn't a vintage. Okay, it literally has to be labeled, or maybe she does have vintage plates. I don't know, but to me, I thought vintage was way like it has to have. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Let me see what phone I want to use, right? Let me use this one. It has to, let me see. What makes a vehicle vintage? I think so many years. What about it, Shannon? Is that something you would know about? Let me see. Okay. It says here that a vintage car is generally defined as a vehicle manufactured between 1919 and 1930, which in fact, my mom's husband truck is, I think, somewhere up in between the line of that. I'm going to ask him though. Representing the post-World War era and the rapid evolution of automotive engineering, while sometimes used loosely for pre-WW2 vehicles, right? We all know the Roman numerals for that. True vintage cars are distinct from antiques. 45 years and classic, typically 20 to 40 years. So I guess you can call it a vintage as long as it's at least 20 years or earlier in time. I guess you can get it registered as a vintage. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let me see something else, right? When was the Broncos made? What year? Let me see. Now, I guess that can be a vintage too. Broncos were originally manufactured in 1965. We are in 2026, so it would be 61 years old. Tiny's car. But that's when they were manufactured, right? But they say that this is a new Bronco. Does new mean that if that particular make, that particular model of it was made, let's say, 2020. We're in 26. I guess it would be vintage because it's still 20 years old. So maybe it's that. But however, I actually really, I liked it. But is it something that I would have bought? No, man. I'd have had to fucks with that damn 120,000 or more, that Hummer. Oh, that's a badass truck. I think that is prettier than this freaking Bronco. I've never been a Bronco person, but y'all check it out.
Man, you driving? Who driving it? Tamika.
You like it, Miss Brown?
So you know that pilot.
Hi, Kirkland.
Yo, look at my sister car. Look at your mama car. Your mama, look. Oh my God, girl, look at your car.
was 2 doors.
Look at that. Oh my God. Look at. Wait. Open it. Show us the car, girl. When you
Shout out to Freddie O.
No, you didn't. Wow. Look at the inside. Oh wow.
You like pink isn't your color. It's like it's a lot though, ain't it?
Look at the interior.
Got that pink baby.
Look at Major. Show us some pictures. Show us around, Major.
Major don't like to be on camera and all that stuff.
Tamika, show me something.
Man.
Show the people. Let the people see it. Look at the thing. Look at the inside. Look at this.
We gotta go.
You can't leave. You whatever. Look at y'all got little pillows. They got pillows, y'all. They got pillows inside. Is it a bad screen TV?
What?
Is it? It ain't no TV on the back. What else is there? Oh, look at the little speakers. Y'all got speakers in the back, Major. Oh, look at them. They got the airbags at the top. I need one, not that color, but I need one.
Now, I don't know, Miss Brown. It's not something that I would, I can't see my $200,000 pretty much on that. However, this is something else that got me right. This is something else, Shannon. So she says this is the vintage. Granted, respectfully, Broncos were manufactured years ago that would qualify it as a vintage. Get it, right? But do you notice all of the stuff on the inside of it? That took the vintage originality away from that truck. All brand new, upscale ass shit. Now, I'm going to take a picture and show you, which I already showed you guys, my mom's husband truck, right? It's a vintage. I show you the inside of that. It has all of its original components to it. The radio is in excellent condition. The seats are in excellent condition. The carpet, the overhead. And you'd be like, to me, that's a whole vintage truck. This is a partial vintage truck. We can only be vintage by, the body style, the make and model of it would qualify it as vintage. But yet then when you open the door and you look inside, it's like, oh, it's got all this upscale stuff in here that takes the vintage away from it, That's it. Because I can't see Tiny riding around, in an all vintage type of truck. I just don't see it. But baby, when I tell y'all, let me tell you, let me show you, baby. I would definitely. My thing is, man, that 2000. Let's do the 25. I went to test drive this baby. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. Oh, I'm in heaven. I was like, oh my God, this damn thing is a beast, boy. It's a beast. I love them, but when I test drive it, I didn't look at the price tag on it, right? Because it was covered behind tinted windows and I was all geeked. I wanted to try this baby, right? So I went on out there, got behind the wheels of it, right? But when I got back to the parking lot, right, I was like, okay, if I do a trade-in today, wait a minute. What's the price tag on this? And he goes, it's right there in the window. I'm like, I can't see that. Like, you literally can't see it. It's behind smoke windows, right? Bye, Harlem. I'm getting ready to go too. It was behind the have a good day, sweetheart. So listen. When I tell you that this man told me 120,000, that's fully loaded with all the bells and whistles in it, Shannon. Man, I went to stuttering. Shannon. I went to stuttering my ass off. I had to, bitch, if you don't get your ass off this damn line. Now, had he came in with like 70,000 or something, I'd have been like, okay, I'm going to buy that today. I'm going to trade in my truck. I'm going to get that right. But no, I could not get this man down nowhere near it. So I'm going to show you this one, right? Now, this one, I didn't drive the, come on. I didn't drive the black, the white one. I drove the gray one, right? When I tell you this truck had all bells and whistles. Now, this is a 2025. Right? Get in the inside of there. Ooh, Shannon, you would not believe. Go take a peep at it. When I tell you, man, they got everything in there, including a shelf. Shit. Now, I'm like, okay. This one had 19,000 miles on it. Look what the price on it. 97,000. Now, if I wait about 2 more years, that's going to come down. And I can probably cop that for the 70,000. If I just hold on a little bit, right? But am I interested in the electric one? Now it's like, okay, you buy that. I'm going to need the electric thing at the house to hook it up. I'm going to do this. You're not getting that much in the gas mileage, 19 miles per gallon. That's not good when right now we're able to drive. We're getting at least about 28 to 34, miles to that gallon. So I don't know, like, do I want to just get this to have a, just a show boating car around? But now, they done did the estimated payment calculator on this. And of course, it doesn't show. Let me see if it does. Now, you can bring this in. You got to have a credit score, though, 780 to 850, right? At a 3.5% interest rate on it, right? A 60-month term. We all know what that is, right? A down payment of $9,745, and they can get you a whole whopping monthly note for $1,595. Like, what? 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 Yeah. Yeah. Baby, we gonna continue to let Tiny purchase the big tag cars. Ain't no, Miss Brown. Ain't no way, honey. I have to literally not have no mortgage, no credit card bills ever until I pay it off. Nothing. I don't want no other bills ever. Then I'll be like, okay, I'll play around with this 60 months, right? What you got? 5 years? 5 years? Girl, feel like that's going to be the longest 5 years of your damn life. I'm just saying. Anyways, don't do it. That's where I'm at with it. But don't do it. But it was fun driving it. It's free to test drive them. That's one damn thing. You just got to bring it back. That's it. But I test drove that sucker, honey. I was like, the way it was just grabbing me, girl, I was like, oh, and then, it was whispering, buy me. Buy me. And I was over there, nope. It was steady going, buy me. But then when that man slapped that damn reality in my face, girl, I was like, how much is this? Anyways, that was a 26. I think he said like 120 or something. Baby, it was TVs everywhere. It was heated seats. It was 10 sunroofs. It was a maid in there, a chef in there. You want it? It was in there, girl. I kid you not. And I was like, oh, what? You let me take this off the lot? You let me take, it's like, I was like, oh my God, bro. And I left. And that was that. And I had to finally just like, well, back to life, back to reality. However do you want it? That's what I went. Hey, Miss Brown, that's the life I went back to. Like, no. Hey, I enjoyed y'all today. Don't forget what I said, and I said what I said. I have no interest in the situation over there anymore. It's boring to me. It's nothing for me to shut it down. It is what it is. And I still will have reacting content on whatever I want to have it on without, attacking or conveying my commentary about, specific person. People got feelings out here, and feelings get hurt. So, I'll be mindful. I promise I'll be mindful of that. So don't send me nothing from that damn fish. I am not interested in it anymore. I ran my 30 days, past my 30 days. My time had expired, and I should have stuck with it. Y'all have a good day. Love you guys. Hey, like, share to the channel. And I'm going to see if we can get some updates on some of the topics that I end up talking about today. Now, deuces. What? Well, wait a minute. Shannon singing to you. Mr. Telephone Man. Hey, Miss Brown, you hear that man? You see that man? I see that man. There's something wrong with his line. When he tried to dial your number, Miss Brown, he get a click every time. I like y'all too. Y'all silly as I don't know what. Y'all is so silly. I'm gonna have to cancel y'all, but this ain't something ain't right. You know what's hell wrong with y'all? Then Shannon, you think because you be gone for a minute, Miss Brown be here. Miss Brown be right here. Now all of a sudden you want to show up to my Miss Brown, you don't see me? No, we don't see you. Miss Brown over there crying, Miss Brown. Miss Brown, why is he crying? Talking about some Miss Brown, you don't see me? Miss Brown over there. Yeah, I see you. What the hell? Now I'm gonna let you sweat me a minute because you've been gone for a minute. That's your ass coming in here not seeing me. That's right, Miss Brown. I got your back. I got your back, boo-boo. Y'all have a good night. I am out of here. I see ya. Shannon think that I should be waiting. I know, right? I know, and I believe you. I believe you. Bye, y'all. See you later. Deuces. You're welcome, sweetheart.